Welcome to Master Glyph Hacking episode number 11. We'll learn a lot of glyphs in this one. So get ready. Hope you are practicing along. Hope you are following along and you are getting everything I'm telling you. So let's begin this episode. First up, we have obstacle. So we learned obstacle as barrier before, and barrier is something that blocks you until you pay the bill, you pay the tax, you pay the toll, and then when you pay it, the barrier goes to the other side and clears the path for you and your car can go through. So that's path and barrier. Next up, we got old. We just learned about that in the last video. So old is a subset of the past, and we got new, which is a subset of the future glyph. Pretty easy. Next up, we have open, and we learned open as accept. So when we open up, people accept us, right? True, right? So when we open up, people accept us. But there's more to it. You remember the glyph all, we got open all as well. So another combination of two glyphs, we got open all. So you open up to everyone and that's it. You open up, people accept you. Next up is other. We learned it numerous times. Other is you and me, and I is the arrow towards me, and other is the arrow towards you. Next up, we have outside. We already learned it with the distance and destination. So outside is also called as distance, and opposite to that is the destination. So you take the outside path to reach your destination, and you do not go from the mid, you take the outside path. So it's in the outside. That's how you can remember it. Next up, we have past. So we learn past, present, future. Very common glyphs, and they are very scoring glyphs. You create them quickly and you gain your points. Next up, we have path. We just learned obstacle, which is also called barrier, and you pay the tax, the barrier opens up and the path clears up. Next up, we have peace. We learned it as harmony. When you think of peace or harmony, what else comes to your mind except a river or a pond with the stones balanced on top of each other, and that's peace, that's harmony. Next up, we have perfection. This is perfectly balanced thing. Like we already learned balance, and this will most likely come as balance word in the glyph sequences, but it is also called perfection. So something hanging in perfect balance, perfection and balance. Okay, I intentionally left this one before, but it's time to learn it. Remember harm with the X, and then you know harmony. We just learned it as peace. There is something in the mid as well. It's perspective. So perspective is if you mirror the bottom part of the harm, and that gives you a perspective. So the thing between harm and harmony is your perspective. To differ something from harm, to differentiate between harm and harmony, you need to have a specific perspective, and this is it. And you have to it's not in harmony, but it's not harming you either. It's the middle ground. So you have to have this perspective. You always have to have this perspective. You cannot lean on one side. You cannot be biased. So you have to have perspective. This is the middle thing of harm as well as harmony. So this is perspective. Difficult to learn, confusing with all those glyphs, but still practice, just practice. Next up, we have portal. A different drawn glyph, not difficult to remember because it's never confused with in any other glyph, but still, what are some of the most common types of portals in Ingress? They are graffitis, wall arts, or murals, and you can see it as a wall with drawings or something, and that's a portal. So you can remember it as a mural, wall mural, or something like that. Alrighty, next up we have potential. So potential, first 6 letters are potent, and it looks like a container to me, and you put stuff in it. So you put potent liquids in it, or two ways to remember it. First, you put potent stuff inside this container, it's a container. Or potential, its name is potential. If you put water in anything, it has potential to take any shape. You put water in any kind of container, it takes that shape. So it has the potential to take shape of anything. Or you put potent liquids in this container, it looks like a container. So whichever way you want to go, I think water has a potential to become anything is easier to remember, and it looks like a container for water, let's say, and that's potential. Next up, we have present, already learned multiple times, past, present, future. Make sure to differentiate between present, absent, and equal. Alrighty. Next up, we have presence. So presence, although it's not seen this way, but how I see presence is human plus present. So you see present is this you. So that is present in the presence. Also kind of human is present, but it's not a line on the top. Instead, it's like Batman. So kind of a mixture of human and present is presence. It's just bent from the top. It's taking too much pressure. This human is taking too much pressure. So he is it's a presence. Okay, so presence is present plus human, but taking too much pressure, and that's presence. So presence is combination of present and human for me it is. And next up, we have progress. We already see progress as success and evolution, and we see progress going up, and what's opposite to success? It's failure. So failure is going down. The graphs are going down. Next up, we have pure. We already learned pure. It's upside down P, and what's impure? Opposite of P. So mirrored P is impure, upside down P is pure. And last up, we have pursue and want. Now, I never get these wrong myself, but I wonder if I will be able to explain it. Alrighty. When you pursue your dreams, when you pursue your dreams are up there, right? You want to achieve highs. So pursue is up there, and there is want. So something you want, and your wants are right here because they are your basic necessities. And similar to breathe and individual is at the bottom, he's pulled down with gravity. So all the work is done here on the earth, you are connected here. And with breathe, like air is light, similarly dreams are big or dreams are high. So you pursue your dreams which are up there, and your wants, your basic necessities like food and clothes are here. So your wants are in the bottom, and your dreams you want to pursue are at the top. And that's it. They are same symbols. You draw them exactly like same, but you just draw pursue at the top and want at the bottom. So hopefully it made some sense. The thing is, they are not that confusing, and over practice, over time, you will get the hang of them. And let's revise. We got obstacle, which is other name for barrier. You pay the taxes and you go through the path. Next up, we have old, which is a subset of past, and also remember new, which is subset of future. We got open. Open is actually other name for accept, and we have open plus all as a combination of open all. Next up, we have other, which is the arrow pointed towards you. We have outside, which is opposite of destination. So you do not take the middle path, you take path outside the city, let's say. So the outside path. Next up, we have past, and we have past, present, future. We got path. So opposite to barrier, when you pay the taxes, the path opens up. Next we have peace, other name for harmony, two stones perfectly balanced. Next we have perfection, which is other name for balance, and it's perfectly balanced in the air. Next up we have perspective, which is the middle ground of harm as well as harmony. So you need to have this perspective, you have to take the middle ground. Next up we have portal, which represents like a wall art or a mural on the wall, and it's a big wall as a portal. Next up we have potential, like water is put into a container, it takes that shape. So water has the potential to take any shape. Next up we have present, so past, present, future, we have seen it countless times. Next up we have presence. So presence is the combination of present as well as human, but the presence is taking too much pressure and it's bent from the top, so it's taking too much pressure on the mind. Next up we have progress, which is the other name for success or evolution, opposite to failure, in which the graph is going down. Next up we have pure. Pure is upside down P, and impure is opposite of P. Next up we have a difficult one, pursue. So pursue, you want to pursue your dreams, which are up there, and you have your wants, you need to take care of your wants as well, which are right here. So pursue up there, you draw 3 lines, and want right there, you draw 3 lines. Drawing is same, but it's just up and down, pursue and want. So hopefully you enjoyed this session. Here is one of the glyphs from the next video, and I'll see you next time.